April 16th, A Word in Season to the Weary by Brother Bakht Singh. It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living God. Hebrews chapter 10 verse 31. Korah, Dathan and Abiram were leading men among their tribes. They were jealous of Moses, and so they murmured against him. They wanted name, fame and power. That is the desire of every man in every country. He longs for authority and power over fellow men, and so by every possible means he tries to have that. You find such men in the assemblies also. Some believers have a desire to become elders in the church. If they are not given that position, they fight for it. Some fight with their tongues, and some with their angry looks. If you give them some authority, they are satisfied. That is human nature. In the days of Moses, these three leading men of renown, gathered together about 250 princes. They must have been wise and familiar with the word of God, because they managed to get these princes on their side. Numbers chapter 16 verse 2. The princes thought that these three men were more concerned about the welfare of people than Moses and Aaron. So they were deceived and turned on their side. They all organized rebellion against Moses and Aaron, men of God. As a result, they along with all their possessions were swallowed up. Numbers chapter 16 verse 32. Their sin was so great that God's judgment fell upon them immediately. Thus you find that much harm is done in families, among God's servants and churches through jealousy. Most of our troubles in the family are due to someone's jealousy. Perhaps your brother is against you, or your own sister is jealous of you. They wait for an opportunity to do some harm to you. Sometimes, in your office, your colleagues become jealous of you when you get promotion. Even in the ministry, if some servant of God is being used of the Lord, others become jealous of him. They think, why is so and so given to much importance? In which way is he better than I? Thus through jealousy and suspicion, the enemy brings much harm. Jealousy is a great sin, and God will judge that sin very severely. Now those rebels also were saying, in which way are Moses and Aaron better than we? Perhaps they were more familiar with the scriptures, and preached better than even Moses. Perhaps they were more popular and could speak well. So they were proud and thought that they knew more than Moses. That is what many people say even today. In which way are you better than we? We also read the Bible. We know the Bible very well. They do have much Bible knowledge. They know every statement in the Bible about salvation. You cannot find any fault in their teaching, but there is something lacking. Then the rebellious men also said, why do you say that you are the only persons whom God has chosen to lead? There are lots of people among us, but why only two should lead them? We too will bear the responsibility of leading them. They were fighting for leadership. You find the same thing going on in every country, and much more among Christians. They have an ambition to have power, fame, name and leadership in assemblies. Korah and his company were judged very severely. Let us take a warning.